Darwin Joseph, 10 ans, est atteinte du syndrome de Prader-Willi. Cette maladie génétique rare joue notamment sur la sensation de faim et de satiété. Elle entraîne entre autres de l'obésité, des maladies cardiaques, une déficience intellectuelle légère ou modérée, ou encore des troubles du comportement. Comme Darwin a été diagnostiqué seulement quelques jours après sa naissance, elle a pu recevoir une prise en charge complète. Sa famille a aussi élaboré plusieurs stratégies pour l'empêcher de chercher de la nourriture de manière obsessionnelle, ce qui pourrait la mettre gravement en danger. Son père, Marc, nous explique tout ce qui a été mis en place dans leur maison pour la garder en sécurité.
Starting with the fact that we keep our house very, very clean, and the reason we do that is because Darwin has been known to pick up crumbs or other matter off the ground that isn't a food-related item, and she'll try to consume them in the hopes that it's food. So not just because we have visitors today did we keep it clean, we keep it clean all the time. Other things we do to keep her safe is we have to keep all of food or food-related items under lock and key. So we purposely bought this house with this corner pantry, and then we put this lock on it, which is fingerprint controlled, as well as it has combinations for when we have visitors or family members. So we store anything food related in our cupboards, and Darwin obviously doesn't have the code, and we haven't programmed her fingerprint to get access to it in the hopes of keeping her safe. The next biggest thing we do is, you'll notice we have double locks on our fridge freezer. There's 2 at the bottom and 2 at the top, and the reason for that is the same, just to keep it safe for Darwin. The double locks are because as she's aged and gotten stronger and her compulsion to eat has gotten stronger, she reefs on them and has been known, and other families have told us from experience that their children have broken locks, and in a previous home that actually happened to us. Darwin had broken into the freezer and she had about 4 frozen bagels before we could catch her. I'll just draw your attention to the actual lock itself. This is the version we've used. There are other families that use marine grade locks, the ones you will stick on sailboats and other boats that have marine adhesives. We just found that this worked good for us. Not that long ago, Darwin was down here by herself in the morning doing her normal morning routine, and she obviously got the urge to see if she could game the system and get access to food. So if you look carefully at all the locks, all 4 of them, she grabbed a kitchen knife, which she ended up destroying, and she tried to pick the locks, which is why the metal is bent on all of them, as well as she scratched up our nice fridge. And those are the biggest considerations we put in place and safety precautions to keep Darwin safe in our house. A reminder that Prader-Willi syndrome is the leading cause of childhood obesity. So another issue we've had with Darwin and her trying to gain access to food is we keep, like many parents, safety considerations for technology. So Darwin can't actually access, or is not supposed to be able to access, the family iPad. However, not too long ago, Darwin must have been looking over our shoulders, and she was able to memorize the code, the access code, to get into the family iPad. And we didn't realize we had left our Skip the Dishes app open, and all of a sudden on one Saturday morning, randomly, we're getting a McDonald's showing up. Oh, Dairy Queen showed up, and that is just something the family would never ever order from Skip the Dishes, both because of the calories involved and the fact that it's just a weird thing to order one large blizzard. So she couldn't quite navigate the app appropriately to order something good, and actually it caused quite a stir because I thought my account was broken into and there was fraud, so I actually ended up on the phone for several hours with Skip the Dishes, followed by a fraud complaint with my bank, only to come to realize about a month later, under some questioning, that Darwin was in fact the one who memorized the code, got access to it, and ordered these things from Skip the Dishes. So Skip the Dishes, I apologize, I've canceled my account. So another thing we do to make Darwin safe is we put this bell on her door, and the reason we do that is because when she gets up in the morning, we know she's up, so that when she goes downstairs to get into her normal activities, we know she's up, and if there's a little bit of extra noise downstairs, we'll know that she might be looking for food or trying to get into things. So when we hear that, that's our normal wake-up call 365 days a year to ensure that at least we have a listen for her to see if she's trying to get herself into trouble and trying to access food. And so we're just constantly making edits and amendments to where we store things and whatnot, and constantly reminding that even though we think she's happy and doing something, reading a book, playing a game downstairs, she's constantly on the lookout for food opportunities. So that's one of the last things we do in our home for her own safety. And that's the bell. It's not a very nice one, but that's what we got.
À date, il n'existe aucun traitement pour soigner le Prader-Willi, mais Darwin Joseph et sa famille ont un espoir. Aux États-Unis, des spécialistes travaillent sur un nouveau médicament qui devrait améliorer de manière significative l'hyperphagie, ce symptôme à l'origine des pulsions alimentaires. Ce tout nouveau traitement pourrait être disponible au deuxième trimestre 2024.